Hi, I'm Jill Sandwright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck Picture Book and Educational System. We've been talking a lot about encouragement, which is the most important tool, I believe, to motivate children. And when done correctly, instead of just praise, when it's actually encouragement, this really powerful tool can build a positive, powerful mindset in our children. And I find this really remarkable that the right kind of encouragement can help a child overcome that inability to believe in themselves. And it actually can build self esteem. Well, we've been looking at a number of components that create encouragement, of that great encouragement should have within it, and this was from an article by Y. Joel Wong entitled The Psychology of Encouragement, which had so many wonderful pieces. But I thought these five elements of encouragement deserved individual attention. So he talked about courage and how that's really a component part of encouragement, perseverance and how it's different from persistence. And now we're talking about confidence, which I like to think about in the terms of self confidence. But to build confidence in a child, it is, we were talking about this the other day, it actually is not that difficult if we focus on four major areas. And I ran across this article by Liz Green entitled Four Small Ways to Build Confidence in Kids. And I love this particular piece because it reflected what I was doing in the classroom. Unbeknownst to me, I was really working on building their confidence, but in my own mind, I was working on building self-esteem, which one can see is very similar. The first area that she mentioned was in play, and this is an area that all children like. I've really thought about this a lot and have written several articles on Medium about how play is so influential in a child's life because it's actually the first activity that children really glom onto. And so in play, Miss Green was saying that she made a point of playing with the children in her preschool classroom. And I see play expanding beyond those early years to later years. You know, remember when we were in elementary school or even junior high, college, we always looked forward to those areas of the classroom content that included interaction with each other, um, puzzles, things that kept us, solving problems. In some ways, presented the correct way, it could be seen as play. And so I was thinking about how in my classroom we had a dedicated time of the day for play. And I would have story time, but my playtime was sometimes interactive songs and games. And it was encouraging rhyming skills as well as, well, singing and thinking because you had to think of what the next verse was, so memory. So all of these things were included in just a rhyming song game. And so playtime was looked upon as its own entity, but I was incorporating play within my content. And it made learning fun, which is the motto of my little company. All children can learn when learning is fun. And, it's not that hard to incorporate some fun into every activity. The next area that Miss Green mentioned was small jobs. Now, I mentioned that the other day that I made sure that each one of my students had a task to complete, and we had a morning job section of our day. And I think this can be incorporated at home. And Miss Green, she corroborated with me on that, it seems like. But she said setting the table, tidying up toys, dusting, sweeping, vacuuming, doing dishes, sorting, or folding laundry. And that is a really good area right there because I had one teacher tell me that it's in collecting the socks and matching the socks that you can teach a child early on what things are alike and what things are different. And then they could count the socks. So that incorporates another math skill. Washing the car, which is a large motor activity that could be a lot of fun with all the soap suds and everything, and gardening, which connects the child to the earth and just teaches them a lot about science and nature. But in the tidying up the toys, that could sometimes seem like a big chore, but I had one student who loved tidying up our dollhouse. I actually thought that one of my assistants, my classroom assistants, had put everything back to order, back in order, and they all denied, "No, I didn't touch that dollhouse." And I later on came in and saw one of the children in the back of the room putting things together, and I said, "Ah, so that's what everybody else was playing." I had run to the office. Assistants were watching my class door open for the other teacher to keep an eye on it, and so he thought no one was watching him, but I did, and I said, "This is wonderful." So even what she did mention is that early on, you could see certain skill areas that a child might have that you can incorporate or build upon because they have that tendency already. And then you could take that interest and bring it over into other areas so that that job can actually build upon later skills that can help them in other jobs in their life. And that same child, I talked with his mother, was working at a pizza parlor. So his early skills, I believe, really did help him in having that kind of tenacity to work on a regular job. Another point she said, give them your attention. And this is so important because um, a child knows when you're actually there with them and when you're just kind of like on your phone and, yeah, you did a great job. You know, they really need time on task, eye contact. If you're talking with them, they want you to be present. So these things build confidence in a child that, oh, I'm important. And a mom or dad took time out to just turn and talk with me. So it actually, and when you have that give and take conversation, it helps them to feel confident about their emotions and their conversational ability. So, and it makes them just feel connected with you. So it's just so important for you to have that time with your child and know that they know that you're there. And encouragement, the fourth piece, is she stated that provide encouragement often, but I'm happy that she made that distinction between praise and encouragement because as we said, praise is like, "Awesome, great job," and it's actually task oriented, but when you say, "Oh, you know, you took a lot of time to put that project together. I'm very proud of you." That's encouragement because you're encouraging and you're rewarding the person, not just the finished product. So that praise can actually lead to a need for constant approval. So we want to diminish praise and use encouragement in its place. So because that builds confidence, where constant praise builds that lack of confidence. So until next time, I'm hoping that these small ways, and I'll include this article in the link below in my description box to help you in making those great decisions and encouraging your child. So thank you so much for attending and please share and please subscribe. Thank you.